But where her eyes should have been, there was nothing, just empty holes. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago in the 1700s, there was a big old house called Raynham Hall. A man named Charles Townshend lived there with his young wife, Dorothy Walpole. At first, they were happy together, but soon Charles started thinking that Dorothy was not faithful to him. He became so jealous that he went a little crazy. In his madness, Charles decided to keep Dorothy locked away in the hall. He told everyone that she had died tragically, but really, she was trapped inside. Dorothy was not allowed to go outside, only wander around the halls of the mansion. Eventually, she died inside Raynham Hall, never having left since her husband imprisoned her. After her death, people started seeing a ghost, a woman in a torn brown dress walking through the halls. Some of the stories about her were really scary. Once, a person who didn't know about the legend approached the ghostly woman, and she looked at him with a face that seemed to glow. But where her eyes should have been, there was nothing, just empty holes. Many years passed, and more people claimed to have seen the brown lady. A photographer from Country Life magazine went to Raynham Hall to take pictures for an article. When he took a photo of the stairs, he saw a blurry figure in the picture. People believe it's Dorothy Walpole, the brown lady's ghost. And so, the legend of the Haunting of Raynham Hall, the brown lady's ghost, continues to puzzle and frighten those who dare to explore the old mansion. In the old house called Highfallen House, a woman borrowed it for the holidays. The house stood tall near the sea, overlooking the pines and shore. It had a mysterious past, and the borrowed stay turned out to be more chilling than expected. The woman arrived first, finding the house secluded and eerie. Despite the cold, she tried to make herself comfortable. However, strange events began unfolding. The house seemed to have a life of its own. Bats triggered a bell, footsteps echoed in the attic, and a child's cries haunted the halls. As the woman explored, she discovered an old photograph album revealing the tragic story of Joseph and Mary Locke, who lived in the house during the early 1900s. Joseph, a gardener, returned from war, gassed and disturbed. One fateful Christmas, he strangled his wife and child, leaving a dark history. Haunted by the ghostly presence, the woman experienced inexplicable occurrences. Doors swung open violently, lights flickered, and the atmosphere was charged with an eerie energy. The ghostly figures of Mary and her child seemed to appear and vanish. Desperate to escape, the woman tried to leave, but found her car's battery mysteriously drained. Stranded, she faced a night of terror. The ghostly manifestations intensified, and she encountered the spirits in the walled garden, witnessing the tragic end of Joseph Locke. In the morning, the housekeeper, Mrs. Wormwood, arrived with a guard named Alfie. The true horror of the house unfolded, the lingering spirits of Joseph, Mary, and their child, forever trapped in a haunting cycle. As the woman left Highfallen House, she couldn't shake the chilling memories. The tale of the Haunting of Highfallen House serves as a reminder that some stories are better left untold, and some houses should remain undisturbed. Once upon a time, in England during the late 18th century, a chilling ghost story unfolded on a town's main road. The tale revolves around a fateful event that occurred on a Christmas Eve, leaving behind a haunting legend. In this story, there was a notorious highwayman named Gilbert, whose presence struck fear into the hearts of those who traveled the town's main road. One ominous evening, just before Christmas, a man and his daughter were journeying in a horse-drawn coach when they encountered Gilbert. The daughter managed to escape the coach, but before her father could follow, the horses panicked and dashed down the road, dragging the man and his coachman away. The two men desperately tried to regain control of the runaway horses, intending to return and find the man's daughter left behind with Gilbert. However, upon their return to the scene, the daughter was mysteriously gone. Instead, they discovered Gilbert hunched over on the ground with a dagger lodged in his side. According to local rumor, as the coach sped away, Gilbert confessed to the girl that he had taken her brother's life in the past. Enraged by this revelation, she stabbed Gilbert and escaped. Legends tell that Gilbert was buried by the roadside, and every Christmas Eve his ghost can be seen wandering the same road, patiently awaiting the return of the coach with the man and his daughter. The air thickens with suspense as the spectral figure roams, perpetually bound to reenact that fateful night. The tale of Gilbert's ghost, a Christmas Eve tale, continues to send shivers down the spines of those who hear it. Once upon a chilling winter in the grand and mysterious Furnivall Manor, resided Miss Furnivall and her loyal maid, Mrs. Stark. This vast house held within its walls a dark history, concealing the family's haunting past and a series of mistakes that echoed through time. Into this enigmatic setting stepped Miss Rosamond, a little girl with wide eyes and a heart full of innocence. She became the unsuspecting witness to the peculiar events that unfolded within the manor's eerie confines. Ghostly figures and mysterious sounds became regular occurrences, sending shivers down the spines of those who dared to tread its shadowy corridors. Miss Furnivall, the elderly mistress of the house, bore the weight of knowledge about these eerie events, but chose to remain silent, guarding the secrets that haunted her. One day, Miss Rosamond ventured out into the snow and mysteriously disappeared. Panic set in until she was found, trembling and cold. She recounted a spine-chilling tale of encountering a pretty ghostly girl who led her into the wintry landscape. Distressed by the revelation, Miss Furnivall warned of the dangers posed by this spectral child. As winter tightened its grip, the manor transformed into a realm of chilling occurrences. Unearthly sounds echoed through dimly lit halls, and ghostly figures materialized without warning. Miss Rosamond, seemingly guided by the spectral child, found herself immersed in visions that unveiled her family's tragic history. The climax of the tale unfolded on a stormy night when the wind howled like a tormented soul. The ghostly figure of the old lord manifested, accompanied by other haunting apparitions. Miss Furnivall, unable to comprehend the spectral reunion, suffered a stroke, succumbing to the overwhelming presence of the past. The manor, now haunted by memories and lost souls, stood as a chilling reminder of the consequences of bygone actions. Miss Furnivall's stroke became a metaphor for the enduring impact of one's youth, a poignant lesson etched into the tapestry of time. If you want to see more of the most frightening horror videos, check out our previous videos and subscribe to be notified of new, terrifying experiences. Until we meet again, be cautious of the supernatural and be careful when navigating through dark and eerie situations.